Good morning, it's September 25th. This is To My Liberal Friends. What was Kamala Harris thinking? Who was advising her? Was she talking to editors at the Inquirer? She's out on a book tour promoting her recent book, 107 Days. The title is a reference to the number of days she had to campaign for the presidency after Joe Biden finally declared he would not run for re-election. And the book's devolved into a tell-all about her complaints and how she was mistreated by the Biden administration. Harris recounts her frustration with Biden's staff, suggesting they undermined her and failed to support her against Republican attacks. She also kind of admits her recklessness in not confronting Biden sooner about the concerns over his age and ability to lead. She completely absolves herself of any major mistakes in the campaign and blames outside factors for her loss. When she discusses her choice of a running mate, Governor Tim Walz, she says that others in the field have major flaws. She claims that Governor Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania and Transportation Secretary Peter Buttigieg were too ambitious for the vice presidential role. She went further by saying that Governor Shapiro, being Jewish and his support for Israel, would be something that hindered her campaign. That's a less than polite way to say that her base was strongly anti-Israel and in many ways anti-Semitic. As for Secretary Buttigieg, she felt that his being gay would be a detriment to the campaign. In her opinion, the country was not ready to elect a black woman married to a Jewish man and a gay man to run the country. So she chose Walz, but she does not let him off the hook in her litany of complaints. She criticizes his performance during the vice presidential debate and wrote that she was disappointed in both his demeanor and approach. Harris has vehemently attacked the Biden White House staff. In her opinion, they did nothing to support her. After her gaffe where she used a fake French accent, they did not point out what she believed were foreign policy wins. Of course, she was the only one seeing those wins, so it would be difficult to point them out. But this was not the first time she'd used a fake accent. Over and over, she used this ridiculous tactic in some effort to try and connect with her audience. Now, I don't know what Harris plans in the future, but her political future seems to be going up in smoke. By blaming everyone except herself for her loss, and remember, she lost all the key swing states, she's alienating some key players in the Democratic Party. After burning through over $1 billion, it's highly doubtful that donors will be lining up to fund another political campaign. In an interview on ABC's Good Morning America this past Tuesday, Harris said she regretted not confronting Biden over his decision to run for re-election. She called it reckless on his part. She'd already said that in her book, but she has never fessed up to why she continued to tell the American public that Joe Biden was capable and on top of his game when she had to see with her own eyes that he was not even close to that standard. The American public certainly could see it. Democrats that are outside the Harris circle have been critical. David Axelrod, the longtime senior advisor to Obama, said that if the book, quote, was intended as catharsis, only she can know if it's successful. Biden's staff has been less kind and been saying she's coming off like a sore loser, and polling has found Harris' favorability has dropped significantly since the election. What this book and the surrounding tour has done is resurface tensions within the Democratic Party. It's become clear that the dynamic of the simmering tensions between the former president and Harris are now out in the open. She openly rebuked Biden on his response to the ongoing war in Gaza. She clearly had come down on the Palestinian side of the issue and is playing to the left wing of the Democratic Party. In her book, she wrote that she had pleaded with Joe when he spoke publicly on the issue to extend the same empathy he showed to the suffering of Ukrainians to the suffering of innocent Gaza civilians. But he couldn't do it. While he could passively state I'm a Zionist, his remarks about innocent Palestinians came off as inadequate and forced. Throughout this book tour and in all the interviews, Harris has been mute on any political future. She has foregone any run for governor of California, perhaps knowing that a defeat there would seal her political future. Where she gets any strong support is unknown at this time. Even when Joe Biden dropped out, there were many prominent Democrats that held back initially endorsing her. On this issue, she wrote in her book, from Barack Obama, quote, "Saddle up. Joe did what I hoped he would do, but you have to earn it. Michelle and I are supportive, but I'm not going to put a finger on the scale right now. Let Joe have his moment. Think through timing." Not the ringing endorsement she was expecting from the former president. Basically, he was giving her a lukewarm nod, but I suspect he knew she was a flawed candidate. From Nancy Pelosi, quote, "I'm so sad about Joe. It's so tragic. My heart is broken. But it's you. It's important there is a process. We have a great bench. We should have some kind of primary, not an anointment." Again, no, you're the choice. Pelosi was hedging her bets as well and wanting others to get in the race. From J.B. Pritzker, as the governor of Illinois, I'm the convention host. I can't commit. End quote. Gavin Newsom was thinking this might be his time, said he was hiking, we'd get back to her. Wow. I believe the leadership of the Democratic Party knew she was terribly flawed, but their hands were tied. If they did not give her the nomination, it would be called sexist and racist. And that's what happens when you tie yourself to DEI policies. This has been To My Liberal Friends. Thanks for listening.